Have you ever wondered what the future of luxury driving really looks like? Not just what cars will be on the road, but how they'll feel, how they'll change us, and why we're so obsessed with them? 2026 is not just another year for car lovers. It's a moment, a shift, a turning point. The luxury car world is being rewritten right now. And what's coming next is not just about speed or style. It's about experience, emotion, and identity. Let's be honest. We don't just fall in love with cars because of horsepower or fancy dashboards. We fall in love because of what they make us feel. A great car doesn't just take you from one place to another. It becomes a part of who you are. And luxury cars, they go deeper. They speak to something human, something psychological. Luxury has always been about more than comfort. At its core, it's about exclusivity. It's about standing out, being noticed, even if no one is watching. It's about owning something that feels rare, refined, and just out of reach for most people. And when you mix that with cutting-edge technology, brand heritage, and next-level design, you get something that car lovers can't resist. In 2026, luxury cars are becoming more than machines. They're turning into experiences, rolling showcases of innovation, performance, and pure elegance. Electric power is the new normal, but it's not just about going green. It's about silence that feels like power. It's about torque that responds like thought. It's about feeling like you're driving the future. But this future isn't for everyone. It's for those who know what it means to love a car, to admire its lines before you even touch the door handle, to hear the door close and feel the quality in your bones, to sit behind the wheel and feel like you belong, not just in the car, but in the world it represents. Think about this. Why do we love luxury cars even if we don't own them? Why do we look at a new BMW or Mercedes and feel something inside? It's because they tap into desire, deep, powerful, emotional desire. Psychologists call it emotional projection. We see ourselves in the things we want. That's why luxury cars are so powerful. They're not just objects. They're dreams we can touch. And in 2026, those dreams are sharper, smarter, and more seductive than ever. Imagine stepping into a car that recognizes your voice, your face, your mood. Imagine interiors made of materials that adapt to your body temperature. Imagine displays that feel like art, and suspensions that read the road before your tires even get there. This isn't sci-fi anymore. This is the new language of luxury. And the brands you know, BMW, Mercedes, Porsche, Maserati, Toyota, Lexus, they're not just keeping up, they're leading the charge. Every detail in a luxury car is designed to create feeling. The stitching on the seats, the way the steering wheel responds, the glow of ambient lighting at night. It's sensory, it's psychological. It's why some people spend 6 figures on a car and still call it a bargain. Because what they're buying isn't a car. It's a feeling of power, control, comfort, status, all at once. So if you're someone who feels something when an engine starts, or if the shape of a headlight can stop you in your tracks, this video is for you, because we're about to count down the top 10 luxury cars of 2026 that are setting a new standard. These aren't just upgrades, these are statements. Every car on this list has something to prove, and something to offer to the true enthusiast. We're talking about flagship electric sedans with over 700 horsepower, hyper-quiet cabins that block out the chaos of the world, AI pilots, crystal gear shifters, self-adjusting ride heights, and nameplates that carry decades of prestige. Whether you're into classic European, precision, bold American innovation, or Japanese craftsmanship taken to its peak, there's something in this lineup that will speak directly to your soul as a car lover. And here's your reward. If you stay till the end, you'll not only see what the most exciting luxury cars of 2026 are, you'll understand why they matter. You'll see what makes a luxury car more than just a vehicle. You'll discover the emotional design choices, the psychology behind the brands, and what it really means to sit behind the wheel of something built not just to move, but to move you.
Because in the end, this isn't about specs.
It's not even about brands. It's about passion. And 2026 is about to set that passion on fire. Let's begin. Luxury, once defined by stitched leather and polished wood, has taken a new shape. In 2026, luxury isn't just what you touch. It's what you feel. It's what you don't see. It's the way a car anticipates your needs before you speak. The silence between sounds. The balance between strength and elegance. That's the new standard. The core idea is simple. True luxury is invisible. It's not loud. It doesn't need to scream for attention. Instead, it whispers confidence. It gives the driver complete control and complete peace. Technology leads this transformation, and it starts under the hood. Electric power is now the dominant force, but it's not about saving fuel or cutting emissions. For luxury cars, electricity is about precision. It's about power that comes instantly.
quietly, without vibration, without hesitation.
In 2026, performance doesn't have to roar. It flows. Luxury car makers now understand that silence is part of the experience. The absence of engine noise allows other sensations to come alive. The softness of the leather, the clarity of a premium audio system, the gentle whisper of adaptive climate control adjusting to your body. It's not just comfort, it's sensory engineering. Then comes intelligence. Luxury cars now think, literally. With the rise of artificial intelligence, luxury has become intuitive. Voice recognition is no longer about commands. It's about conversations. The car learns your habits, predicts your destinations, adjusts your seat before you ask, and knows when you're stressed based on how you're driving. Psychologically, this taps into a human need, the desire to be understood without having to explain yourself. It's the same satisfaction we feel when a close friend finishes our sentences. In 2026, a luxury car becomes that kind of companion. Design, of course, still matters, but it's evolved. The old rule was more chrome, more curves, more shine. Now, design speaks in subtler tones, clean lines, hidden sensors, seamless screens that melt into the dashboard. Form doesn't just follow function, it becomes function. Every angle, every material, every detail is chosen not just for looks, but for feeling. Take ambient lighting, it's not just a trend. Studies in environmental psychology show that lighting changes mood, focus, and even heart rate. In luxury cars, ambient lights adapt to driving mode and time of day. Calm blues at night, energizing whites in daylight. It's emotion control, built right into the cabin. And materials? It's no longer just about cost. It's about consciousness. Brands like Lexus and Mercedes now use sustainable luxury, vegan leather, recycled metals, bamboo fiber panels, not as a compromise, but as a feature. Why? Because modern luxury buyers care. Not just about how the car feels, but how it aligns with their values. Human psychology is shifting. Prestige no longer comes just from price, it comes from purpose. Car lovers don't just want luxury, they want meaning. They want to feel that their car stands for something more than wealth. Safety, too, has taken on a luxurious form. In 2026, it's not just airbags and blind spot monitors, it's predictive behavior tracking. Sensors that read your eyelids, systems that detect early signs of fatigue, infrared scans that know when your child in the back seat needs air conditioning adjusted. This level of care isn't just high-tech, it's deeply human. It's luxury through empathy. Driving dynamics have also shifted. In the past, performance meant a loud engine and tight steering. Now, performance is smooth, responsive, and adaptive. Suspension systems adjust 500 times per second. Road conditions are read by cameras before you hit the bump. Tires communicate with the chassis, all to ensure one feeling: confidence. For car enthusiasts, this is emotional. It's about trust. The best luxury cars make the driver feel invincible, like the road bends around them, not the other way around. And yet, with all this complexity, simplicity is the goal. The most advanced luxury cars in 2026 have the cleanest interiors, fewer buttons, larger screens, voice control that actually works. Everything flows. Because when you're surrounded by excellence, you shouldn't have to think about it. You should just experience it. This connects to something deep in the human brain. Psychologists call it cognitive ease. When an experience feels seamless, the brain perceives it as high value. This is why well-designed luxury cars make you feel smarter, calmer, more in control. Not because you're doing more, but because the car is doing more for you, without you even noticing. Brand heritage still plays a role. A Porsche will always carry that racing spirit. A Rolls-Royce still commands silent authority. A BMW is still engineered for the thrill of the curve. But in 2026, the brands that succeed are the ones that balance their DNA with what modern drivers actually want, a blend of soul and software. Customization is another layer. Personalized lighting, digital keys, remote settings that follow you from car to car. Even scents. Yes, some brands now let you choose how your cabin smells. Because smell is the sense most connected to memory. A car that smells like success. That's psychological luxury at its finest. All of this, the tech, the silence, the emotion, comes together in what defines a luxury car in 2026, a complete, invisible orchestration of feeling. You don't just drive it, you live in it. You connect to it. And for the true car lover, that's the most luxurious feeling of all. Luxury cars in 2026 aren't trying to impress the masses. They're made for the few who understand what true refinement feels like. Every model on this list goes beyond specs. It connects to emotion, legacy, and presence. Let's begin with a bold statement. 1. BMW i7 M70. The executives rocket BMW didn't just enter the electric luxury game. It brought M-level performance into a full-size flagship. The i7 M70 delivers 650 horsepower, instant torque, and a 0 to 60 time of under 3.5 seconds in a full-size sedan. But it's the interior that makes this car unforgettable. A 31-inch 8K rear screen folds down for rear passengers. Crystal controls, hand gesture recognition, and lounge seating redefine what first class means on four wheels. It's power wrapped in silence. Confidence in motion. 2. Mercedes-Benz EQS Maybach. Electric royalty. The Maybach name has always stood for the highest level of prestige. In 2026, the EQS Maybach takes that identity into the electric era. Dual motors over 650 horsepower and an unmatched suspension system create a feeling of floating. What stands out is the rear cabin. Executive seats with calf massagers, neck heating, and active noise cancellation turn this car into a mobile sanctuary. Luxury here isn't loud, it's deeply personal. 3. Porsche Taycan Turbo GT. Precision unleashed while others chase luxury. Porsche builds it with discipline. The 2026 Taycan Turbo GT is a masterclass in balance. Raw speed, controlled aggression, and seamless technology. It produces over 900 horsepower thanks to upgraded dual motors and lightweight chassis work. But numbers aren't the point. It's how the car communicates with the driver. Steering feedback, throttle response, weight distribution. Every part of this car is engineered to speak the language of driving. It's a performance car dressed in a luxury suit. 4. Maserati Quattroporte Folgore. Italian elegance goes electric. The Quattroporte has always been about character. In 2026, Maserati brings its soul into the electric world with the Folgore edition. 3 motors, over 750 horsepower. But what truly matters is how it feels. Italian interiors, hand-stitched leather, warm metallic accents. Everything feels designed, not manufactured. It doesn't shout innovation. It seduces you into it. Emotional, stylish, timeless. 5. Lexus LFZC. The silent perfectionist Lexus approaches luxury differently. It doesn't chase noise or flash. It focuses on serenity, consistency, and craftsmanship. The LFZC, expected in late 2026, represents the brand's purest EV form. Sleek design, AI-controlled systems, a minimalist interior with a panoramic digital cockpit. But most of all, it offers peace. Lexus understands that in a chaotic world, silence is the ultimate luxury. This car gives it generously. 6. Audi A8 e-tron. Subtle sophistication. Audi's A8 e-tron may not scream for attention, but it commands respect. It represents the understated power that true luxury lovers admire. Dual motors, over 500 miles of range, and next-gen matrix lighting make this a technological powerhouse. Inside, haptic feedback surfaces, real walnut trim, and voice-activated cabin settings create an environment that feels like a high-end apartment on wheels. Audi doesn't show off, it delivers. 7. Rolls-Royce Spectre 2026 Refresh. A modern masterpiece. The 2026 refresh of the all-electric Spectre proves that even legends evolve. Rolls-Royce remains unmatched in its ability to craft presence. The Spectre glides with grace, 577 horsepower, near-silent ride, and the smoothest suspension in existence. But what separates it is the feeling. Doors open like theater curtains. Starlight ceilings twinkle above hand-finished leather. Every touchpoint has been considered. This isn't a car. It's a statement about time, patience, and perfection. 8. Lucid Air Sapphire. American innovation at full speed. Lucid doesn't carry legacy like others, but that's its strength. The Air Sapphire is pure disruption. 3 motors, 1,234 horsepower, 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds. Yet the interior feels like a luxury lounge. Organic curves, glass roof, voice control backed by machine learning. Lucid merges Silicon Valley vision with luxury intuition. It doesn't imitate, it leads. 9. Genesis G90. Electrified. The underdog refined Genesis entered the luxury world quietly.
But in 2026, it speaks with clarity.
The G90 Electrified blends South Korean craftsmanship with global ambition. Real wood, Napa leather, and the industry's smoothest facial recognition tech come standard. It delivers air suspension, rear-wheel steering, and advanced driver assistance. Yet its price remains far below German rivals. Luxury here is not about badge, it's about belief in the experience. 10. Cadillac Celestiq, America's bespoke flagship built by hand, designed with intention. The Celestiq is Cadillac's return to form. It's not mass-produced, it's commissioned. Each unit is customizable, from paint to materials to digital systems. Powered by GM's Ultium platform, it offers up to 600 horsepower and a presence that demands respect. The roof changes transparency with a voice command. The lighting responds to your mood. This is where craftsmanship meets American boldness. Each of these vehicles represents a unique version of what luxury means in 2026. For some, it's legacy. For others, it's innovation. But for all, it's about feeling. The way your pulse changes when you sit inside. The way your eyes linger on the details. The way your voice softens when you say its name out loud. Car lovers know this truth. Luxury isn't about needing more. It's about wanting better. And in this list, better takes 10 unforgettable forms. Luxury has always moved with the times, but in 2026, it's moving faster, deeper, and more meaningfully than ever before. This new era of automotive luxury isn't about chasing trends, it's about defining them. It's about understanding that true car lovers aren't only looking for machines, they're looking for connection, to design, to technology, to emotion. Every car we've explored is a symbol of where we are and where we're going. And what ties them all together isn't horsepower or price, it's vision. Luxury is becoming personal.
In the past, it was about what the world saw when you pulled up.
Now, it's about what you feel every moment you're inside. From the way the seat hugs your body to the way the cabin responds to your presence, it's intimate, tailored, human. This shift speaks to something deeper in our psychology. People today don't just want more, they want to feel more peace, more confidence, more control. And luxury cars have become vessels for that emotional delivery. It's no longer about showing status, it's about experiencing it. Privately, internally. That's why silence now feels like a feature. Why ambient lighting feels like therapy. Why materials matter not just for texture but for story, where they come from, how they're made, and what they represent. In 2026, the road becomes your sanctuary. Your car becomes your safest space. And in a world that's growing louder and faster, that quiet control becomes priceless. Technology is the great enabler, but the best luxury cars use it invisibly. The systems don't overwhelm, they disappear. Voice assistants that truly understand you. Driver aids that protect without interrupting. Touchscreens that respond like thought. All this adds up to something powerful. Trust. Trust is the highest form of luxury. Knowing that your car adapts, responds, and protects without you having to ask. Knowing that it's always one step ahead, without stealing your joy of driving. For the purist, the driving experience still matters. That feeling when you accelerate, when you glide through a curve, when the suspension soaks up the road like silk. The good news? That hasn't been lost. It's been redefined. Enhanced by engineering so advanced it becomes invisible. You don't feel the tech, you feel the result. But beyond the tech and the design, there's something else happening, something more emotional. Luxury cars are becoming mirrors. They reflect who we are, what we value, what kind of presence we want to carry in the world. They're not just cars. They're self-expression on wheels. Some people choose precision, like a Porsche. Others prefer serenity, like a Lexus. Some want legacy, like a Rolls-Royce. Others crave rebellion, like a Lucid or Celestiq. Each choice says something unique. Each one speaks to a different kind of identity. This psychological bond between driver and car is what makes the luxury market so powerful. It's not logical, it's emotional. And once that bond is formed, it's hard to let go. That's why car lovers obsess over details, why they research, compare, test, dream. Because they're not just choosing a vehicle, they're choosing how they want to feel, what kind of life they want to live behind the wheel. And 2026 is giving them more options than ever before. Another quiet revolution is personalization, not just in colors or wheels, but in behavior. AI that remembers your favorite temperature, your playlist, your posture, interfaces that greet you by name, cabins that adjust lighting based on your mood. This is luxury rooted in empathy. It's a car that learns you, a machine that becomes more human every time you drive. This level of connection triggers something powerful in the brain. It's called emotional attachment to objects. Studies show that when machines respond to us in meaningful ways, we start treating them like companions. Not tools, not toys, but something more. That's why stepping into a luxury car can feel like stepping into a trusted space, a space that understands you. In a world where so much is uncertain, luxury cars offer one thing that's always valued: control. Control over your environment, over your comfort, over your pace. When you close the door, you close out the noise. When you accelerate, you take charge of your time. When you're behind the wheel, everything else fades, and you focus on what's in front of you. That's the emotional power of a well-made luxury car. And that's why, even in an era of constant change, the desire for these machines keeps growing. Car lovers aren't buying engines, they're buying experiences. They're investing in feelings. And in 2026, those feelings are being engineered with more precision and depth than ever before. The future of luxury driving is no longer just a concept. It's here, and it's breathtaking. It's in the way a Maserati hums with quiet intensity, in the effortless grace of a BMW i7 as it glides through city lights, in the soft glow of a Celestic interior as night falls, in the harmony between man, machine, and road.
This is the new definition of premium.
No longer defined by what you see, but by what you feel. And if you're someone who truly loves cars, not just for what they do, but for how they make you feel, then you already understand the road ahead isn't just paved with innovation, it's paved with emotion. And the journey is just beginning.